am going to try to attempt to do the rest of my KCC cards. I have all my pieces together. So here we go. This is sketch number 8. This one. And if you're watching for the first time, I explained a little bit about KCC and what that is in my last video, so check that out. Okay, so on this card, this is going to be my mat. And I did some inking on this card, and I think it just kind of called for it, and it really turned out kind of cute, actually. Grunged it up a little bit. Okay, so, and we've got this little square with this little mat behind it. And I love how all these papers coordinate. It goes so well together. So these two will go on like this. And then this one will go this little mat. I think I'll turn it around because the bees, these are kind of directional. You usually want to have like non-directional paper like these, but this works for this. So I can just put that on there like that. And then I cut out this little, she had this, and there's Happy Bee Day, and it's got these little flags. So let me get these glued down. I'm sorry if you're hearing my chair squeak. I really need to get some oil on this chair. It's terrible. Okay, and let's see. I think what I might do is put this on dimensionals. That would be kind of cute, I think. Trying not to move around a lot on my chair. Okay. So, okay, get this down on here about like that. So then I need to put this up on dimensionals. So, all right, so we will be putting glue on this end. Okay, and then the rest of it will be on dimensionals. And I put it too far. Okay, so we need to cut part of that off. Okay, there we go. So now it's even with the rest of the card. That turned out pretty cute. Happy Bee Day. Okay, that is sketch number 8. Okay, moving on to sketch number 9. This one. So, make sure I have the card. One of the cards I did in the last video. This card where I did the crisscross and I say, oh, you can turn it or whatever. Well, I definitely was going to use it this direction. But when I went to put it together, I put it this way. But originally I put it on to open up landscape. So when I turned it, I put my thing in the middle here and I put a little, yeah, you know where this is going. It was opening backwards. So I had to cut off the front panel and re-glue it to another panel that was going the right direction. It ended up being portrait, but it was opening backwards because I had turned it around. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so let's get on the right sketch now. Okay, so we have this way. It's supposed to be landscape. Couldn't figure out why my strips weren't the right size. It's been one of those days, folks. I'm sure you can relate. It's been kind of like a Monday today. But it's Friday. Yay! That's when I'm filming this. Is basically after the other one, but I watched Craft Roulette in between. And if you don't know what Craft Roulette is, I'm going to have that in my description box below also. And please go check it out. It is a ton of fun. Lots of wonderful people on there. And, yep. I've got these strips just a teeny bit too long, but that's okay. They can just hang over a little bit. Whoops. Okay, now this, yeah, that's right. Well, I've messed around so long now I need more glue. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we need to put these little half circles on here. If I can pick it up. And let's see, this was next. It wouldn't really matter if you get these mixed up. It's, you know, it's okay. Because you're not matching it up to anything like you did that one card last time where these matched the strips up above. So on this card, it really wouldn't matter if you mixed them up a little bit. Okay, so there's that. And then this called for 2 panels, but what I'm going to do instead is put this panel, and then I have this that I fussy cut out, did a little inking around it, and I have not done a sentiment yet. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to leave it blank. Well, I'm not going to put a sentiment on the outside, but I will put one on the inside. Okay, so there's card number 9. Very, very cute. Okay, moving right along, we have card number 10. Okay, this, let's see, I need to turn my paper over. Oh, need to go to the next page. Okay, card number 10. These strips fit right across the front of the page, so, but not really. So I am putting them on here basically like a mat. And I cut them all, a couple of them were not cut the right length, so I cut them all the same size, and they're just short of 5.5. So I'm just going to do it like a mat with a small border around. Okay. So these strips just fit right up next to each other. They were all a little bit different. Same length, a little bit different height. Okay, and last one. And you know what? I didn't center that good enough, so what I'm going to do is cut out another strip. This is called Working on the Fly. Okay, so there's, that makes me feel better. So now it looks more like a mat. I didn't like that empty space up there. So I should have moved it up a little bit, but I didn't. So here we go. All right, easy fix, right? Okay, so now I'm just using this white scalloped piece that I die cut, and I inked around the edges, and I inked around the edge of this. Okay, and that's going to be my sentiment on the front. And I had this little it cut out, but it didn't say to use it on here, and I thought I would just use it like right there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and then we'll glue this one down. And we'll be done with this card. So cute. All right, so there is card number 10. All right, moving right along. We've got card number 11. This is the sketch for that one. And this is interesting. I had to look at that for a little while to figure out what I was doing, but I got it figured out. Okay, so here's mine. It's got a lot of layers. So here's my first mat. This is one of the extra pieces that I cut out to use for matting and whatnot. Looks like brown burlap. Really cool. Okay, and then this was the next mat. This piece was actually cut from one of the 6x6 pieces. So that goes on like that. Okay, and then this is the next mat. So I chose the same brown piece. So this is layer number 4. Okay, now so what we need to do is, I'll just turn these over. It doesn't matter because they're going to be covered up. So we got paper A, and that gets glued on first, right on this piece, just like that. And then we have E, which is this one. It has bees on it, but this one doesn't really, has a tiny piece of a bee on there, but okay. And then we have D, which is this one, I think. We'll just say it is, as long as we're consistent. Pretty sure that's D. And then we have C, which was this one. Then we have A again, which is this. Okay, so I'll just have a teeny sliver to cut off there. Okay, then we do the same thing on the bottom piece. Okay, so now what we do is we mount these on here. I'm going to cut this little tiny sliver off the end. Okay, so we mount this on here and this one down here, and I got to do the same on this. This part. So we put this here, and then actually we're going to mount it on here. So we'll put it on the top and then down here like this. Okay, and that'll go in the middle of that mat. And then I fussy cut around this little wheelbarrow. So cute. And I'm going to put that like right in the middle there. That'd be cute. And again, my my sentiment is going to go on the inside. So move it off of there so I don't get glue where I'm not supposed to. Did that upside down, which it probably wouldn't matter, but I would notice it afterwards and like, Okay, so I think for this, since there is a little bit of a raise here from here to here, I'm going to go ahead and put this on dimensional. I think it'll be really cute. Okay, and the only thing about that is the handle of the wheelbarrow. Not sure. I guess I'll just have to leave that. I don't know, because that's a pretty thin piece to put on a dimensional. I just don't know if I can do it. We'll put that on there like that. That's really cute. I probably could just glue the end of that down. What do you think? I think I will do that. Okay. You can't really tell when you're looking at it. We'll go ahead and glue this down. I think this one's turning out pretty cute. There you go. That is card number 11. Okay, now we have sketch number 12, which is this one. So it's pretty easy. The trick with this one is, like, I usually just eyeball stuff, so I try to put them on here and then, so I'll make sure I'm getting them in the right spot. Man, it's hard to pick stuff up since I cut my nails off. Okay, so what we want to do is start with C. Let me get this down first. First things first. Opening the right direction. Always have to check that. I'm about to put that upside down. This one is directional, so the leaves are going up. This is the other piece that I printed to use for backgrounds and whatnot. Okay, so we want to start with C, and we want these to be fairly even. Okay. So if I get one row on, then the problem is with my trimmers, when I try to place things, I can't keep them still, so they move. which is frustrating, but it's all right. Okay, I think this is where we want the first. We can get the first ones down, you know, then the rest of them will be fine. Okay. And I'm sorry for you people who like to have, you know, the lines and everything perfect. I just don't. I eyeball everything. I don't have one of those T rulers, which I probably should get one. I mean, for the most part, I end up getting things fairly straight. But if you're cringing right now because of the way I'm doing this, I'm so sorry. But it's just kind of the way I do it. Okay, so now the next row we start with this one. And then the next one we would start with this one. So now I go this way to make sure I'm evened out on the page this way. So now I'll put this one down. Okay. And we'll get that down. And then we do D. But what I'm going to do is put this on there, then you can't tell the gap, you know, there's not a gap. And then I'm going to put this up here. I could just put this right here. And put this up here somewhere. I think I like that better. Okay, so we will put this down here. Now this shows that it goes in the middle, but I'm going to put it here to cover up that boo-boo. And then I'm going to do this little trick that I do every now and then. Put a piece of dimensional, like when I have a sentiment like this, I put some dimensional in the center. And then glue the ends down so it's kind of raised in the center. Kind of has a cool effect. Like that. Okay, so that is card number 12. We only have 3 more to do. We've done, we're 36 minutes, so I think we're good. I might be able to go in and shorten this up a little bit. But yeah, I think we're good. Okay, this has got a bunch of layers too. I love layers. So here's number 13. Pretty simple. Okay, so here's my bottom. And I use the back of papers that don't work or misprint or whatever. I just turn them over because this was this good paper. I forget the name of it, but it's the kind that's printable on both sides the same. and it's like 96-pound weight. It's really nice. I learned about it from Bitty Penny a long time ago, so I've been using it. I finally used the last few pieces I had for this, so I need to order some more because it really does print out nicely. It's a little lighter. It's a little thinner than cardstock, which is because cardstock's hard on your printer, but I do use cardstock quite a bit. But I use this till now, till I ran out. So I need to get more. Okay, so this is the next layer going down these two strips. Okay. And then the only other thing we do is, now I think this big one was supposed to go in the middle, but when I cut it, when it cut on my Cricut, I didn't have the paper over far enough, I guess, and it cut off the edge of it. So what I'm going to do is put the smaller one in the middle, put this one underneath like that, so that won't even show. Okay, and then this one goes under here like that. So let's put this one down because I know where I need to put it. Okay, and then we'll put this one. And before I glue that edge down, I'm going to put this one because it goes underneath. Like that, and then I'll finish gluing that down. Okay, that's all there is to that one except putting this little sentiment on. So I'm going to do the same trick I did with that other one and make a banner. I'll put it on this side then. Put the glue on the wrong corner. So this one I need to put glue on this corner. Okay, there we have a banner. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with the dimensional on this one. I like doing it on the banners. Okay, then glue down this part. Can't remember who I learned this from. I think it was Tracy on Mindless Crafting, where I learned that little trick. So we've got a dimensional in the middle and glue down the ends. And it just gives it another cute little look. So that is card number 13. Okay, we only have 2 left to do. See if we can knock these out. So I just saved these little papers and my pouches for next time, so I don't have to redo it. So this is sketch number 14, and it's pretty simple. So, this gets glued on here like this, a little bit wonky. Don't want to go over the edges. That. Now, linear people would have a really hard time with this card. And I'm sorry. I am not that linear. I like wonky things. So I really like this card. So I apologize if your eyes are twitching right now. Okay? But I really like this. Okay, so then what we do is put the sentiment up here on the top. Put this. This doesn't really matter how this goes. It looks cute either way, so we'll put this one on first. Okay, and then this just goes underneath. And then I just had this little circle. I think this was cut out of one of the other cards. And I kept it, so I'm just putting it on there like that. So cute. And that's card number 14. Okay, so we have one more. This one's got several layers. Again, I love layers. Okay, and so we'll take all of this off. Get the first mat down. Okay. Okay, then we've got this piece and this piece that go right next to each other on here. And then we have this piece. So the three of these pieces make a mat. And okay. So I'm going to glue this one down first. This is another piece that I printed off to use for backgrounds and such. So I'll put this one on over it. This one down over here. So we're about the same distance as the other one from the edge. Come on. Okay, then we'll put this one down. I'm really liking these. Well, I always like her sketches. Some of these sketches are very unique. I like it. Okay, so now this is the next one that goes down. And that goes right in the middle. Okay. Now, on here, what we're doing, I had to look at this one too to see, okay, what am I doing here? So, we're starting with C. And again, I don't think this really matters, but C's on here twice, so I'll just do it the way she wanted to do it. Okay, and then B. That's a teeny bit short again. I don't know what's going on here. And then E. And then F. Let's see. Put this on here like this. Okay, and then E again. I mean C. I don't know, whatever. C. Okay. Okay, now I need to trim this tiny bit off this end. A little bit off up here. I guess I'll trim this so it's all the same. Okay. And then what you do is cut diagonally from this corner to this corner. So let's do that. And I think I'm going to get my other trimmer for that. This corner to that corner. Okay. So this one goes down here like this. Make sure I'm up here in view. This one gets glued down here, and this one gets glued up here. Okay, so let's get those down. Like I said, this one took me a minute to figure this out, but when I read the instructions a little bit more carefully, you just made the one piece and then cut it corner to corner, and that's how you got this. So pays to read the instructions, right? Okay, so get it down there. So look at that, very cute. And I'm like, okay, do I want to put a sentiment there or what? So what I'm doing is both. I'm going to put these, isn't that cute, these little boots. I fussy cut around these, and I'm going to put these on dimensionals. I think it's just so cute. And it always takes me a long time to fussy cut stuff out, and these aren't, they're not perfect by any means, but Now I got these dimensionals all stuck to me. Okay, I messed that one up, so that one's going in the garbage. Piece of it anyway. Okay, so we'll put this one over here. This one over here. Okay. This bonus printable has so many pretty papers and so many cute cutouts and stuff. Okay, well, I guess I need to glue that down. I haven't glued that part down yet. Let's get it down. I mean, if you really wanted to go crazy, you could put this on dimensionals too, but then it gets really high. So I didn't want to do that. I mean, if you're giving it to someone, that would be fine, but otherwise you get charged an arm or a leg to do that. Okay, and then this says Hello Sunshine, which I think is really cute. And I'm just gonna put it right down here. I'm just gonna glue it down. Just like that. And there we have card number 15. And we are done. And that is amazing. I love these cards. So, for me, I think I made pretty good time. So there's 15. Let's see if we'll get in 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8. So cute. I love, love, love these cards. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and finishing these cards with me, and I'd really appreciate a thumbs up and subscribe and make a comment. That would be lovely. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.